allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Boshon?
Present.
Mr. Henderson?
Here.
Mr. Hendrick?
Here.
Mrs. Merritt? Here. Mr. Duco?
Here.
At this time, we'll elect officers, entertain a motion or nomination for president.
Mrs. Merritt. I will second that.
Any other nominations? If not, we can vote. All in favor? Aye. Then we'll entertain a nomination for vice president.
Richard Hendricks.
A second.
Any other nominations? Vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Okay. Richard and Jen, please stand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Richard Hendricks,
Jennifer Merritt. Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as president or vice president
as vice president,
in and for
in and for
the Leetonia Exempted Village School District,
the Exempted Village School District,
Columbia County,
Columbia County,
to the best of my ability,
best of my ability,
and in accordance with the laws
in accordance with the laws
now in effect
now in effect
and hereafter to be enacted
and hereafter to be enacted
during my continuance
during my continuance
in said office
in said office
and until my successor
and until my successor
is chosen and qualified.
is chosen and qualified.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And do you take over?
Yes.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, I paid attention, but, so set time and date of regular board meetings,
If I may,
please.
first, thank you, Mr. Duco, for your service, and congrats to Mrs. Merritt and Mr. Hendricks. Number 3, set time, date, place of regular board meetings. As I mentioned, this past year, we were Wednesdays, the 4th Wednesday of the month, with the exception of a few months on this calendar. For 2023, they would be the 4th Wednesday. February 15th would be an exception. I know I'm gonna go down here and be wrong. February 15th would be one. November 21st is a Tuesday. I think there's one more, maybe July 19th is the 3rd Wednesday. But for the most part, Wednesdays, the 4th Wednesday of each month, 6 p.m. here in room 204 unless otherwise stated. And this would just be, we can vote on these as we go through. Okay. Service fund. Service fund is, where obviously the board sets aside, or obviously the board sets aside, in this case, the service fund of $10,000 for appropriations to the school district for the calendar year 2023. Service fund would be expenses the board actually incurs. An example would be capital conference, OSBA conferences, other PD functions of the board would be taken out of the service fund. Also, the authorization to for each board member to elect at his or her own expense to participate in the employee benefit program insurance, which is insurance as are extended to district employees. So, board members, you would have the same opportunity to be participating in the insurance or benefit program here at Leetonia Exempted Village. And another one would be appointment of a school attorney. And legal services resolved on a recommendation by the superintendent of schools. Board of Education appointed Attorney John Podgorski as our school attorney for the 2023 calendar year. and the district would also use other firms as needed.
We need a motion.
Motion on
We
that.
get a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
Number 6 is a standalone, before we get into the other standing resolutions. This is committee assignments for 2023 OSBA legislative. So we have a liaison, we have a student achievement liaison, the CCTC representative, policy and guidelines, academic, building and grounds, insurance committee, athletic council, and also acknowledging our school records commission. Let's see, last year, Mr. Votan and Mr. Duco, you were, what's that wish? Starting with the
Oh,
student
sorry.
achievement liaison.
I believe I was a student achievement liaison.
You wanna continue that?
Yes, please.
I do the CCCTC. I don't think it's up anyhow, is it? I don't think so. I think it's
No,
next
I
year.
don't think it is.
I think it's next year.
it is. Policy and guidelines. Not sure, I don't have it in front of me last year.
I'll volunteer for that.
Academic committee,
I'd like to maintain that, please.
I would stay on that unless anyone wants to be on it instead.
building and grounds,
I'll stay on.
Stay on it.
Griggs Henderson. Insurance committee,
I'll be on that.
I believe I was on that also.
athletic council,
I'll stay on it.
I'll stay as well.
Do you want a second person for policy and guidelines?
I can do that.
Mr. Henderson. And we need a motion.
Motion for committee assignments?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
Number 7, standing resolutions, and I probably should have mentioned that obviously tonight is our organizational and regular board meeting, so we have 2 meetings in one evening. The first is more of a matter of allowing Mrs. Cold Snow and I to conduct business to manage the district with your authorization on a number of items here that we've already gone through. But the standing authorizations, you'll see 7A, standing resolutions, resolution for the treasurer, then it'd be standing resolution for the superintendent, and then standing resolutions for the superintendent and treasurer combined. And I'm willing to read through this if you'd like me to. The first one is A, standing resolution for the treasurer. The board authorizes the treasurer to follow these resolutions regarding Leetonia Exempted Village School District. To secure advances from the auditor when funds are available and payable to the school district. To invest funds whenever funds are available. To pay all bills within the limits of the appropriations as bills are received and when the merchandise service has been received in good condition and in a timely manner. To borrow such funds as may be necessary to meet the expenses of the district within the confines of Ohio law. To sign payroll checks and other board warrants. To attend such professional meetings that may be relevant to the job responsibilities and required in order to retain the certifications or that contribute to professional development or are deemed beneficial to the fiscal operations of the district. Those are standing resolution for treasurer. B, standing resolution for the superintendent. Authorize the superintendent to follow these resolutions. To serve as a purchasing agent for the school district. To employ such temporary personnel as may be needed for emergency situations. Such employment shall be presented for approval by the board at its next regular meeting. To approve school district participation in state or federal programs in which it is now participating in and in other governmental programs, community programs, or privately sponsored programs as may be necessary or useful to the pupil, staff, or other legitimate concerns of the board. To approve the attendance of teachers, administrators, and other school employees and his own attendance at professional meetings and conferences. To request, speak for, and vote on behalf of the board and consortia in which it participates, and to perform other ministerial duties on behalf of the school district as are necessary for the operation of the district, acting in the capacity of chief administrative officer. C, standing resolutions for superintendent and treasurer. Authorize the superintendent and or treasurer to purchase the services or architects, attorneys, engineers, or other professional consultants from the School Board Association, Buckeye Association of School Administrators, or other private professional consultants as may be necessary or useful to advise the board in matters of finance, personnel, contract development, insurance, computers, purchasing, or other legitimate matters affecting the Board of Education concerns. And lastly, authorize the superintendent and or treasurer to request and use the services of either or both of these management services: the Office of School Management, assistance of the State Superintendent, State Department of Education, the Management Advisory Service of the Office of State Auditors, and or other management services if and when they feel it is useful to do so.
Motion to approve standing resolutions?
Motion. Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
And lastly, Mrs. Merrick, is the other reorganizational discussion and information, I think, relative to the discussion we just had, whether we need to go around the table. Any,
Is there any
I'm good.
I have
discussion?
nothing.
Motion for adjournment?
I'll motion.
Second.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
as I mentioned, we have the pleasure tonight, this is Ms. Keller, our nutrition group, food service manager, has put together a few things in recognition of School Board Appreciation Month, the month of January. It's kind of a nice buffer to take a moment and then come back to the start of the January regular board meeting agenda. So, need a few minutes.
Go off one, third score. Girls, 128 to 4. say the pledge again?
She said
No,
we
we'll,
do,
we'll skip the pledge and
Alright.
roll call,
Alright,
since we already did it.
alright.
So approval of minutes,
Motion.
Second.
discussion. Treasurer's reports,
You got it.
sorry.
That's
Roll
okay,
call.
we'll call the roll.
It's getting late.
It's okay. Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
Okay, in treasurer's reports, we have the monthly board report. Donations received, $6,000 anonymously for delinquent student accounts for cafeteria, and $10,000 from Mr. Hendricks for the stadium. Financial items to approve, transfer from the general fund to the Board of Ed scholarship and fund in the amount of $1497.51, and approval of the tax budget for fiscal year 2024 as attached.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Can I make a comment? The $6,000 anonymous donation, that's unbelievable.
It is, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. With it will help our student accounts. I know we've been working with Ms. Keller with our
Yes.
cafeteria accounts, but this
Yes.
came over the holidays and just grateful for
Yes.
that, and what a wonderful display of, caring and gratitude we have for that family or person that was.
And what's the balance in it? What does that balance usually run? You know,
Well, we've been positive the last couple of years because of 100% free and reduced meals. So right now, we're still in the positive. I'm hoping we won't have to transfer money this year, that'll be 3 years. we
I mean,
have to-
I mean for the
Oh,
student accounts.
student accounts, I think the last time it was like
You're right.
1,100 for
negative.
negative balances. Yeah.
We are a little bit higher than that.
Okay,
We did have a lot of parents pay off accounts, from the holidays. A lot of kids came back and did pay off accounts. So we are about, 5,500 negative
Is that right?
for K-12, yeah.
This is a good one.
Thank you, sorry,
it's okay.
back up.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
Public vote has been.
Public, yeah,
Doesn't seem to be.
public participation, there is not any at this time. We move on to the superintendent's report.
Okay, good evening, everyone, again. I'd like to start with, as I alluded to at the end of the organizational meeting, that this is, January is known as Board of Education Recognition Month, and want to thank our Board of Education for their continued service. As always, we have from Ohio School Boards Association certificates that I'd like to pass out in honor of our board members, and it says certificate of appreciation, certificates presented to the board member in sincere appreciation of his exemplary leadership and service to public schools. Mr. Duco's is cut off a little bit in this, it's hard to see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next one is to Mr. Hendricks for your service, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Henderson, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Mrs. Merritt, I guess we went alphabetical.
Thank you.
Mr. Votoff for your service, thank you. And just a couple of comments, I say this every year, and we have all kinds of templates that we can use, but our board members are ordinary people, but they do extraordinary things, and you have a lot of sacrifices. And today's Wednesday, January 11th, at 6:23. We have a couple that are missing basketball games right now, so that's a sacrifice that you don't want to miss your kids' events. So it's recognized and it's appreciated, and I could go around the table and it'd be the same thing for each and every one of you, or almost anyone in this room, the sacrifices that you make to serve the public, to serve the school. It's noticed, we don't forget about it, but it's worthy of mentioning. In January, we're joining all the other school districts in the state of Ohio and recognizing our board. because it's a grassroots governance, and if, this is where it starts. And I'm gonna talk a little bit later on about a meeting that we had today about youth development, but your dedication to Leetonia schools is noticed, and I can say this on behalf of everyone in the community and our staff, and we appreciate what you do. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Superintendent's report. This Friday is the end of the first semester, hard to believe, January 13th. Lucky Friday, January 13th. The second semester starts Tuesday, January 17th. We do not have school on Monday, the 16th, in observance of Martin Luther King Day. We do have some supplemental vacancies for the 23-24 school year yet. It's unfilled. We have football, volleyball, soccer. We are, I'm interviewing. We interviewed a candidate today for football. We're going to continue to do that. We're still accepting some applications. 2022 baseball, we have a candidate that we're interviewing tomorrow. For 22 season, for this spring. Back the Bears, you may recall a fall version of Back the Bears where our faculty came out. We had a social before a volleyball game, and then we had a tailgate for football. We're going to do a winter version of it with Kelsey's help on January 23rd, which is a Monday night for the girls basketball team, and Tuesday for the boys basketball team from 5 to 6. It's just getting our faculty out, because we know how important it is that our kids see our staff in the stands, and they're definitely motivated by that. And if you go back to the times where you may have participated in things in school, and a teacher that you really admire comes to watch, it's very, very meaningful. So again, that's 23rd and 24th of January. We also have winter homecoming next weekend, the 20th, and that's the game on the 20th. The dance is on the 21st. We have a National Honor Society blood drive on the 26th of January. Today, I attended a youth development discussion here in Columbiana County at the Leetonia Library, and it was in the conference room, and it was packed. We had a number of legislators. We had, I think, 3 or 4 mayors representing, of course, Mayor Sambita from Leetonia was here. It was hosted by Mayor Sambita. Well-attended event, supported, the event was focusing on supporting our youth and looking at some factors and what's influencing our youth and what we can do to really get our kids where they need to be so they're productive citizens. Heard from our pastors, heard from businessmen, heard from legislators, heard from, I had the opportunity to speak for a few minutes, and it really came back to a couple of things, and that's, parental support, community support, everyone marching in the same direction, getting behind our kids and showing them that we care and that we want to make a difference here, not just in Leetonia, but it was so promising to see so many people on a Wednesday afternoon. Again, there was food, but there was a lot of people here that it was in support of Leetonia schools. So I want to thank Mayor Sambita and those that attended, but I think it was a good event and something we're going to continue to foster here in the school district. Any questions for me? I think it's my report for January. Any questions you have? Student achievement, I kind of spoke a little bit about things that our kids are involved with, but I'll have a better report next month as we enter into the month of February and second semester. Okay. New business?
New business?
Okay. Number 7, new business under personnel, full-time custodian. I recommend that we approve Lori White as a full-time custodian in step 1, effective January 23rd, 2023. As you may or may not be aware, we've been without a custodian for a number of months, and I'd like to, again, with your action, approve Lori White. I'm going to do 7A, B, C, and D. 7B, unpaid leave for Jennifer Shar. Approve Jen Shar's request for unpaid leave of absence for for 2 days, January 19th and 20th. Also unpaid leave for Patty Leetonia, that'd be December 5th and 6th, retroactively, it's back last month, 2022. And the same for Amy Basden, December 14th and 19th of 22. We didn't get the requests in on time for the December meeting. So any board action for those
Motion.
items?
Second.
Discussion?
Call roll.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
I have no supplemental contracts under 8 new business. 9 new business substitutes. Approve the following subs for 22-23 pending all backgrounds and certifications. Evan Davis, certificated classified sub, effective January 5th to 23. Catherine Bias, a classified sub, effective 1/9/23. Also, number 10, new business under students, and as you're aware, we've had a number of band field trip chaperones. This is in preparation for a trip to Disney. We have one additional chaperone, and asking you to approve this person as a chaperone for the field trip to Disney, February 15th through the 20th, Elvira Ward. And yes, February 15th is just around the corner. Our kids are excited, Mr. Rodick excited, the parents are excited, and I know they're very much looking forward to that.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes.
And last thing, number 12, new business under business and operations, Leetonia Police Department Services. Recommend approving the Village of Leetonia Police Officers rate at $110 per sporting event, effective November 21st, 2022. So,
Motion.
thank you.
Second.
Discussion?
Are they at every event?
They are
Junior
every
high
varsity.
too?
No.
Just varsity, we use them for varsity, okay.
Call if they were needed, of course, but we do have, as you recall, the EMT training services there as well as police department.
Mr. Hendricks?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Mr. Duca?
Yes.
Mr. Votak?
Yes.
Mrs. Merrick?
Yes. Is there any discussion from any of the board members?
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
A motion for adjournment?
I'll motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.